flip it over, I'm going to end up getting 7 over 3. So that is something that is a flipping. So what is the reciprocal? Well, the reciprocal is basically a flip. Okay? So it's just something that you take that you flip. For example, 3 over 7, the reciprocal is going to just turn into 7 over 3. Or if you have 5, the reciprocal is just 1 over 5. Okay? So when we talk about reciprocals, it's just going to be flipping something over. Okay? When you have a negative exponent, the definition is there is just when you have a base with a negative power. Okay? With a negative power. Spelled that wrong. N-A-G-A. You have a base that has a negative power. So an example of those would be my base is 5 and I have a negative 2. Or I've got a base of 17 and I've got an exponent of negative 5. Either one of those are some examples of a negative exponent. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to show you how to do these because we're going to be doing some practice with these. You're going to get an organizer just like this. You're going to use an organizer just like this. And we're going to take negative exponents and we're going to convert them, we're going to change them, and we're going to find out what they are in standard form. Okay? So you are able to use a calculator as you work on these, but you're also going to use the organizer to help you keep track of what we're doing. So let's start with the first one. We'll put it in an exponential form, which is 5 to the second power. And we're going to make it negative. 5 to the negative 2 power. Okay? Since it's negative, I have to flip it over because I want it to be positive. I can't deal with negative exponents. Negative exponents are bad for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip him over. So I take the reciprocal of the 5. So when I take the reciprocal of the 5, I get 1 over 5. The exponent now becomes positive. Whenever he flips over, he changes signs. So now it's just 1 over 5 to the second power. And these two that are here, these two things right here, are equal. They are the same. So they are two different ways that you can write it. So now I can expand it out by stretching it out. And what I've got is 1 over 5 to the second power. That means I got 2 5s. That equals 5 times 5. Alright? The next thing I can do is write it in standard form, which is my answer. And 5 times 5 is 25. There it is. And all of these, here in the yellow, are the same. So let's check it with our calculator. I put in my calculator here. Let's check it out. I put 5 caret negative 2. You see I get 0.04, which is going to be math. Enter, enter. I get 1 to the 25th power. And that's what we have right there. I can take this one right here. Let's take this one. 1 divided by 5 to the second power. You see I get that. Math, enter, enter. You can see I get 1 to the 25th as well. So that's the same thing as our answer. Let's check the last one here. 1 divided by 5 times 5. 0.04. Math, enter, enter. Change it to a fraction. 1/25. And that is the same. So I know my answer is correct. Okay? Let's try another one. Say I get one that is negative 6 to the negative 4th power. Okay? Negative 6 to the 4th power. Well, that negative tells me that I can't have that negative exponent. I need to get rid of the negative exponent. It's ugly. I need to change it. So I do what it says, reciprocal. So I just take the negative 6 and I flip it over. The exponent becomes positive 4. Okay? I can now expand that out. I have negative 6 to the 4th power. I should put that in parentheses. What that means is I've got 4 negative 6s. So that's basically 1 over negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6. That's what it is expanded out. And what will it be as my answer? Well, I got to do that on my calculator. So negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6. So it's going to be 1 over 1,296 would be my answer. And I can put that on my calculator, this one right here. Let's check my answers to see if they're all right. So I put parentheses, negative 6, caret, negative 4. I get that funny decimal, I hit math, enter, enter. And you can see it changes it for me. I'm good to go. There it is. And so I know that everything there is correct. So all of these are the same. So that is the same, as that is the same, that, and that. Okay? So what happens if you already have a fraction? Well, let's try one. I'm going to put down here, I'm going to say 2 to the 5th raised to the negative 3rd power. Okay? So all I'm going to do is just do the same thing. Got a negative exponent. What do I got to do? Flip it over. So it flips over to 5 over 2. And that guy becomes positive. There it is. And I'm done with it. Okay? That's the exact same thing. If I have one that looks like this, 1 to the 6th power, and I got a 2 down here at the bottom. Okay, let's write it as a negative exponent. So I'm going to flip it over. Flip it over. This 2 is positive. He now becomes negative. And it becomes the same thing. Okay, I have the same thing right there. Those are the same parts right there. Okay, so all I'm doing is flipping them over. So if I take another one, let's say here 10 to the negative 4th power. I don't want that negative, so I just flip it over. So it's 1 over 10 to the 4th. And he becomes positive, but he's down here with him now. Flip him over, and that's 1 over 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1 over 10,000. Same thing over and over again. Maybe I get one that looks like this. Y to the negative 3rd power. I want to change it. I want it as a positive. So I take the reciprocal of it. 1 over y to the 3rd power. And then that is basically expanded out to 1 over y times y times y. And then we just leave it like that because there's no answer for it. There's my answer. Okay. So basically, all I'm doing here for the rule, when I have negative exponents and I want to get rid of it, is I'm taking the reciprocal, which means to flip it. Okay? I'm going to keep the base, which is the big number, and make the exponent positive. So that is the rule. Okay? So if I follow that rule, I'm going to flip it over, take the reciprocal, which is what means flip, keep the base, change it to positive. Another example here, one more. If I have 7 to the negative 3rd power, I don't want that like that. I want to make it positive. I need to take the reciprocal, which is 1 over 7, make the exponent positive, 3. I can expand it out on my organizer. And then I can also be able to get it as a standard form as 1 over 343. Okay? So your job now is to take these notes and you're going to practice on with your organizer that you're going to get, just like this. You're going to work on the assignment that is given to you, which is a piece of paperwork. It's about 6 questions. You're going to show me that you can do them on the organizer. You're going to show Mr. O. If you get the OK, then you will get to go to the IXLs. But you need to work on those using the organizer, writing down the problem of whatever it might be, showing me you know that it's the reciprocal, showing me you know how to expand it out, and then showing me that you know what that answer will end up being and how you can check it on the calculator. So that's basically what you'll be looking to do. And then you'll show Mr. O, then you'll have some IXLs to do. But you need to use these notes with this organizer to help you with that. And then show Mr. O. Okay? If you have any questions, please ask. Thanks.